Hey, how you doing? This is King Lee 510 from techmultiverse.com. Today we're gonna look at Blender in the second tutorial, and the first video tutorial in this series, which is gonna cover how to use modifiers effectively and which ones to use in different modeling situations. So we're gonna jump straight in and start off with this default scene here with the cube, camera, and lamp. If you're not familiar with Blender as a whole, or how to use it or get it, you can actually go and check out my first tutorial, and you can get all the details on downloading, installing, and customizing the UI to fit your needs. So we're going to jump straight into this one. On the outline and properties tab, as you can see on the right, you go ahead and click your modifiers tab. Okay, and as you can see, it says I add modifier, and it has a list of, I say, about 20 to 25 different modifiers here that you can use. I'm not going to go through none of these today except for the mirror modifier. Okay, so first off, if you want to use a mirror modifier, first of all, you want to know what it does, what's the benefits of it. The main benefit is you don't have to do a lot of the work twice. When modeling characters, cars, anything that you're going to use in any kind of 3D environment, it's got to be done professionally and equally on both sides. So therefore, to get everything exact, you can let the computer do it for you instead of trying to match it based on eye to eye like we would do if we were sketching. Okay, so let's jump right into edit mode. As you can see, the vertices of the cube, and we're going to go ahead and loop cut this thing in half so we can go ahead and see exactly what this modifier does. Now, the hotkey for the loop cut is hold control and hit R. Now you want to run it up to one of the bottom or the top edges on your cube, and left click, and left click again to place the loop cut. Now, as you can see, you got a new set of vertices, you have a new set of edges, and to get rid of everything we do not need on the left, we're going to hit B for the box selection tool. You want to hold and drag across the entire left side. Make sure you run across that middle set of edges so that you can get the entire left side. Then hit X and delete faces. Now if you jump back into solid view, you can see the inside of the box, you can see all around it. As you can see, it's still a cube, it's still just cut in half, but what makes this thing so beautiful is when we jump back into object mode, because you can apply any modifier in edit mode. So if anytime you get any error messages or anything like that while in edit mode, just remember 9 times out of 10 you try to add the modifier in edit mode, which I did a few times until I actually got a hang of it. So now you want to go ahead and add the mirror modifier, and as you can see, instantly full cube once again. Okay, no vertices in the middle, in object mode. Now once you jump to edit mode, as you can see, you will not be able to edit the left side of the object alone by itself. But the good thing about it is, if you jump into wireframe mode, grab your box selection tool and grab any vertices on the right side of the y-axis, what will happen is you can grab them and move them around and it mirrors. Now the only thing here is that if you grab these middle vertices, you'll be able to see that if you move them, you can cross across each other. It's not connected at all. Now to fix this problem, you just go over here to your mirror modifier options and you click clipping. Now what clipping does is any vertices that crosses this middle plane, they'll be connected. So now if you grab them, as you can see, you can move them, but you can't move them away from that middle line. Okay, now that's your mirror modifier, and now you can go ahead and start modeling, and everything will be mirrored on the opposite side. Okay, we're going to jump to front view, turn to a solid, and say we want to extrude a face. So we pick the face selection tool, and we're going to pick this face right here and extrude it on the x-axis. As you can see, it spreads on both sides equally. So you don't really have the problem of trying to measure and all of these different things. You have a lot of measuring tools inside of Blender to use, but as a graphic designer, it's a lot easier to go ahead and use the mirror modifier than to try to do these things on your own. Okay, so this is the first tutorial in a tutorial mini. This is showing you how to use a mirror modifier. Now, as far as with a mirror modifier, you can use it for anything. You can use it for mirroring arrays and things of this nature, which we'll get into in later tutorials. You can make it mirror the y-axis, the z-axis, to where everything you do can be mirrored across the y and the z-axis. Just make sure that you always know exactly what view you're in, so that you can understand where your changes are happening at. Okay, and then if you make a mistake, you can always take away the modifier, and there's your half. Okay, even if you just say, okay, well, I want to go across the y-axis, you can select all, Shift D to delete, to duplicate, and then you can rotate it just like this. Okay, set it here, and you can still add a mirror modifier. You go into object mode, add modifier, mirror modifier, and add. Everything that you have already modeled gets mirrored across that axis. So there you go, and I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you liked it, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Come on back, and hopefully in the next few days, if I'm not too busy, I can go ahead and we can get into using some of those solidifier modifiers, multi-resolution modifiers, subsurface modifiers, things of this nature. So it's a lot of ground to cover, and hopefully we can stick together for it all. Hope you enjoy it, and good day.